good to go. Let me make sure. Okay, it is. There we go. Had to make sure that Do Not Disturb was on my phone. Sometimes I'll have people call in early and it'll interrupt the sound on my show. And you know I don't like when that happens. You gotta know I don't like when that happens at all. It's Friday morning, and snowing outside. Slept in a little bit today. I've been up for about 45 minutes. I usually FaceTime my little ones about 6:30 in the morning before they head off to school, and wanted to wait before I did that till I started my show. So good morning, Fred Hinkle, and good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Friday morning. It is January 16th. It is, gotta turn that down a little bit, 6:41 a.m. Happy Friday. Coffee with Ken is a little show that I have been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me talking. It is a show about me sharing some feelings, kind of sharing a little bit about the ups and downs we have in life, sharing the snow that's happening out my window. What a pretty window. If and when I ever move from this apartment, I'm definitely going to miss these windows and I'm going to miss a lot about it. I think this would be hard to find an apartment like this in another, I don't know, town. I think Fred asked if this brick wall is cold. I mean, yeah, a little bit. I mean, I don't know. It's not like cold to the touch, but I wouldn't want to have to lay on it, but I don't know if I'd ever want to have to lay on a brick wall. Since you mentioned cold, and since I looked at the snow outside, maybe you planted a seed for me to feel a little chilly. But as I was saying, it's Friday morning, and this is Coffee with Ken, and Coffee with Ken is a show I've done for about 6.5 years now. And it's a show about me talking and sharing some things and getting my morning started and lighting candles. And I don't know, do I want to have the light on? I probably should have the light on. It looks kind of cool like that, and I thought maybe the light reflecting from the snow would be enough, but might be a little dark if we do that at this time. Gonna get some water. Got my water. Let's place it over here. Gonna pour myself a hot cup of coffee. I would recommend you all do the same, but again, if you're not a coffee drinker or have already had your coffee or prefer water in the morning or tea or whatever, you do you. Oh my God, it's made pretty strong today. I had I finished off the bag of Black Rifle Beyond Black coffee I had in my cupboard. And I don't know if you're like me, I don't like having extra stuff sitting around. Little snowplow guy right out there. There's these little mini snowplow dudes that do the sidewalks in Wisconsin. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I don't know what I was talking about, but let's sit back down. Oh, I had a bag of Black Rifle coffee A little chilled. I'd feel more comfortable if I'm gonna get if I had a sweatshirt on. There we go. We can get a little bit more comfortable, why not? I think little Jesus wants to join us today. Oh, I didn't read the Bible last night. It kind of felt good. Not the Bible specifically, but I think I put a lot of pressure on myself to be doing something productive or, I was like, I went and worked out and then I went for coffee and I was editing videos and I thought, okay, I'll go home, I'll take a bath, I'll either eat before or after, and then I'll do my Bible reading, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do this. And I think that's just a constant struggle in my head that I'm trying to figure out ways to be the most productive all the time, and that I have to read the Bible tonight because that's what I do. I read 2 chapters a night, and I'm now reading the New Testament, and I'm enjoying it. And so I have to do it tonight. And this is kind of the constant noise that's going on in my mind. And somewhere along the line, I go, to heck with it. I don't really need to read the Bible tonight. I can read it tomorrow or whenever. I don't have to do everything. I don't have to get up a certain time or have to do my coffee with Ken or have to even drink coffee or go live or light a candle or everything. But in my mind, as I plan out my day or my next minute, it feels like it's always a frantic race, and that's no fun. Going through life feeling that way. So it's kind of nice to, I don't know, come home, take a bath, and watch a movie. But anyway, as I was saying, the Black Rifle coffee, there was some in my bag. It certainly wasn't enough for 2 pots. So I decided to dump the remaining contents in my bag, which is probably about 1.5 pots worth, the way I do it. So it's probably pretty strong today. Which leads me to this. For those that have been watching a while, it's not just a show about me talking. Somebody said you need to rest from religious activity, and yes, it's okay. Not rest from religious activity specifically, just from rushing or feeling like I have to do everything. It's not because it was religious. It could go for going to the gym or going to the grocery store or whatever. I'm learning, and it's hard for me to just be okay going, all right, well, so we don't have any ground beef in the fridge today. It's not a panic, Ken. I don't have to run out to the store to get it. I will survive without ground beef today. But then again, I do feel better when I have ground beef, when I read the Bible, when I go to the gym, and when I get my ducks in a row. I wish it wasn't that way, but it is. Good morning, Joanne. I will have a blessed day. But anyway, as I was saying, and little Jesus was saying, it's not just a show about me talking. It is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a very hot, very strong cup of Black Rifle Beyond Black coffee. And I am so excited to have it at this, for me, late hour on this Friday morning. My hope is wherever you are, and whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. I don't know what my eyes look like. They look like they're kind of drifting off a little bit. Like, I could do one of those. But anyway, I'm excited to have my first sip, and my hope is wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh, second sip. That's so nice. That is so nice. It's Friday morning. It's my first day out of 6 work days. I have 3 jobs right now, but 2 of them are kind of in hibernation for another few weeks. And so the job I'm doing mostly right now is substitute teaching. And I had worked the last 6 days, last Thursday, Friday, and then the first 4 days of this week. And I have the next 2 days off for various reasons, which feels nice. But again, in my frantic figure out what to do next mind, I'm wondering what to do next all day mind. Here I sit, 6:52 in the morning. Vague plans of maybe working out, maybe going to get groceries. But I mean, again, I talk about quieting the mind, and I think the first step to quieting the mind is accepting kind of where we're at and what we're going through. Even if it's nothing crisis level going through, just little, what am I going to do with my day? What am I going to do with my day? Good morning, Scott Baran. How are you? How are you today? Yes, I have been to England. Long time ago. I think that might have been on my 1978 trip to Scotland. I think we flew into London maybe and took the train up to Edinburgh. But it has been a long time. Good morning, Tar Heel. Good morning, 55. Do I do voiceover cartoon work? No, I don't. I would. Do you have a hot job for me? Don't tell me I should. Okay, I feel like I got put on the medical conveyor belt. Totally messed up my plans for the year. Well, John, I'm sorry to hear about that. I hope you're enjoying your second cup of coffee. You sound relatively good spirited given your surprise medical condition. And it's almost like in life we shouldn't be surprised by a whole heck of a lot, because you never know what life has waiting for you. And yeah. Somebody said I saw where I started reading the Beatitudes. Well, I read the Sermon on the Mount. Hello, Jack Taylor. How are you? Yeah, you got to stay strong and move forward. There's no good. Excuse me. Choking a little bit on my coffee. I was at school yesterday, and there was a kid. Hold on, now I gotta sneeze. That had swallowed a little water and it went down his wrong windpipe, and he was kind of coughing and choking like that for a little bit. And I kept wanting to ask him if he's okay. And I knew he was okay. So I didn't, and I sat there and let him kind of work through it. Because I know when I'm experiencing that, as much as as we all like compassion, do you know what I mean? Have you ever had the water go down the wrong windpipe? And the last thing you need anybody to do is ask if you're okay, because you're gonna be okay. And everyone should know it, because we've all done it, and it's just kind of work its way out of your windpipe. I'm not saying when you're choking on a piece of steak or something, but just that a little bit of fluid gets down your windpipe and you're going, So I thought it was compassionate of me to ignore his coughing, and let him work it out. Because I know for me, when I do that, and I can't get it out, and people keep asking me, it kind of annoys me. Yeah, Nancy, I hope to enjoy my time off. But anyway, it's Friday morning. It's Friday morning. It's a snowy Friday morning. I looked at the weather forecast. I'd love if we'd get snow all day. And I could just kind of look out the window and smile. I'd probably get sucked into doing a walking, a live video with you to show you the snowfall. Talked about working out. I worked out hard last night. I think things happen for a reason. I was at school and I got let out early. And I'm going, really? I can go home? Are you sure? She goes, yeah. I go, really? There's nothing I can do? And she goes, no, are you sure? And then I realized I was being a little annoying with my effort to be a good little substitute teacher. I go, well, I'll just get the heck out of here then. So I left at 1:45 or something. Got out of school and I go, hey, let's go get an early workout in. And I did, and it felt real good. Why did I get let out early? It's almost too hard to explain. It's not worth explaining, really. But the teacher's schedule I was covering, what she had going on for the last part of the day didn't impact me in any way. And there was nothing for me to do for her, if that makes sense. It's not that worth explaining. Am I Kevin McAllister's father? I don't at all look like Kevin McAllister's father. I don't at all look like that. Oh. I think I'm going to use the timeout button a little more liberally than I used to. I used to try and ignore. But I'm just going to use timeout buttons freely. So be prepared. Julie Flanagan, you're on the hit list too. If you ask me a question, I go, I'm just too tired to answer that, or I don't feel like discussing that. You might get yourself put in timeout. I don't know about that, Jack Taylor. If it's like Oprah. But again, I think this is hard, and I read most comments and I go, I don't feel like answering that, or I just am too lazy to explain why I left early, or that won't make for any interesting content, going into the intricate details, although you never know what makes a great video for me. And I don't know if any of my videos are great, but I do tell funny stories, or at least I think I'm funny. I posted a short yesterday about making my first Cosmopolitan, and I thought it was pretty funny. The anxiety that I go through as a bartender. I sent it to my boss. I don't know if she'll see it and think it's funny or want to fire me. But it was true. It loosely involved her. She was a character in my story. My boss, where I'm a bartender, whenever I make a mess or screw something up, I look around and she's always right there staring at me. If I drop anything, oh, there she is. She's got like a sixth sense for that. Am I a fireman? No, I am not a fireman. How long is time out? I don't know. It can be various length. I timed out a guy a little bit ago because he told me what he lifted today. And yesterday he hopped on, and the first thing he told me it was a leg day. So he's in timeout for 5 minutes. Jose said, I don't like bartending at all. Well, I think I'd like it in certain settings. But I think it might be more I think it might be busier and more frantic than I knew. I waited tables a lot. And in the right setting, I'm really good at that. But in the wrong setting, I'm not. I think I could be good at pouring beers, but frantically making tons of drinks for crowds of people, better be really high earning, because it stresses me out a little bit. Well, Tar Heel, I don't know if it'll strengthen my faith. Tar Heel said he's glad I'm reading the New Testament, and says it'll strengthen my faith. And I don't know that it will, but it feels good to read. It's what I would expect from the Bible versus the Old Testament was not at all. I had no idea the horrors that are written in the Old Testament. But the New Testament, to be honest, it dives into the big subject matter much more quickly than I would have anticipated. Again, I just read the first 7 chapters of the first book of the New Testament, and I've already done the Sermon on the Mount. I don't do well with multiple customers at the same time. Maybe it's too fast. Well, I think I feel rushed, and I want to please everybody. I mean, I can have several people at a bar, but not 10 people going, hey, I need this, I need that, I need this. That doesn't work well for me. Good morning, Kathos. I was thinking about you a little bit today. Just a little bit. Not in a creepy sort of way. I look good and healthy. Oh, wait, hold on. You're my Scottish girl. XOXO. Somebody said the timeout should be longer than 5 minutes. I mean, it probably depends on the offense. I mean, the last guy wasn't that offensive. He was telling me what he did at the gym today, but I just felt that wasn't even slightly a topic of conversation. And he kind of did it yesterday. He hopped on and started talking about his leg workout. And I'm going, well, your workout is not going to be our daily topic of our conversation. So he got 5 minutes. Let's see. Jose, Old Testament is like reading a file cabinet. It was written to be read linearly at all. It was written before literal modern day books were invented. It is like reading a filing cabinet, Jose. I don't think, it maybe is something that can be referred to as needed or researched, but and go, okay, hey, after Moses died, exactly, in the 3rd week, where did Joshua take the Israelites? Let's go find out. maybe there's a value into looking that up for some people. But just to read it straight through, I was going, oh my gosh, this is turning my brain into mush, to the point I looked at the camera and go, do you really want me to keep reading this? And you, this tribe, will inherit the land around the bend in the river, to the great sea, south down to Jericho, take a turn around the forest, on the east side. I'm going, huh? I've never been to the Middle East. By the way, every time I've been watching a lot of movies about Jesus and the Bible. It doesn't look very nice over there. It would have been hard to be overweight in those times, given what I see them eating. Whenever they sit down for a feast, you know, they split a pita like 6 ways and then eat a couple grapes. And they call that dinner. You know what I mean? Good morning, Dave. Nancy said her school is 2 hours late. Jack Taylor thinks me and the Scottish girl are related. We're practically related. Good morning, Leon. Jose, I don't know that just because I set a goal for myself. I think a goal can be more flexible in life, being more flexible too. And when you set out a goal and start doing something, maybe flexibility is a better goal, and reevaluating. And yeah, I don't know that I need to finish the Old Testament at all. Honestly, besides the fact that it was a goal, I feel it would be a waste of 15 minutes a day for the next 6 months. We don't have a whole lot of snow, but let's show it to you what we have. Let us show it to you what we have. I mean, it probably looks more than it is. It's still coming down, but it looks like, I guess, like a nice fresh powder of an inch everywhere, but no more than that. Oh, but Jack, you asked if we've gotten a lot of snow here this year. And I wouldn't say. It started out real good. We had a white Thanksgiving and a snowy first week or 2 of December, but since then we haven't had a whole lot. I have a question I'll throw out to you all fine folk. I posted a video the other day about what happens if you smoke pot every day. And I didn't make any over-judgment on it. I shared my own experience, which I'm not needing to share right now. But somebody commented that they've been retired for years. They smoke every day. It saved their marriage and brought them closer to Jesus. And I'd be curious what your thoughts are, if you have any thoughts about that or not. But again, they said smoking pot saved their marriage and brought the guy closer to Jesus. And I go, that's interesting. Good morning, Richard Sternicle. Must be fun to have your grandkids. I wonder if it's snowing. I forget where you live, Richard, but I bet it'd be fun. And I don't know how old your grandkids are. Maybe they're little ones. I know your daughter got married a few months back, maybe 6 months ago now. I don't know how old your grandkids are, but I bet it'd be fun to have grandkids and go out in the snow with them a little bit today. Tar Heel, you said it's only the first $5. I thought Joshua was so painful I had to stop. I stopped on Joshua. And that's the sixth book. There's no school today, Jose Garcia. I'm not helping out at school today. Peter Bean says he doesn't judge. If pot helps them, then be happy. Tar Heel says it another way. That guy's deceiving himself. Maybe he should ask his wife. Yeah, I mean, on both counts, I'm wondering, okay, pot saved your marriage? And it brought you closer to Jesus? Just found it kind of interesting. I still do. And I mean, I feel both ways, Peter Bean, not to judge him. I mean, it doesn't affect me. But I also see Tar Heel's thing that he's deceiving himself, that if he's got to be numb to be in a relationship or to have a relationship with Jesus, seems kind of strange. I'm not sure. Well, yeah, do what you want is true. Again, it doesn't impact me, but I'm still, well, Kendall Audio said we should probably deal with our own issues rather than worry about the pot guy. Well, Kendall Audio, what are you dealing with today? Why are you watching my show? Because you're probably worrying about my story. And I wonder why. Why aren't you turning off YouTube, turning off my show, and dealing with your own issues? Yeah. Kendall Audio, why are you watching my show? Shouldn't you be focusing on your own issues, given what you just said? I hate to chase off a viewer, but if you only want to worry about your own issues, I wonder why you're watching mine. Well, Jose, again, I would say whether you find joy in watching my life or not, given what Kendall said about we should only worry about watching our own issues and not worry about some other guy, I find it strange that they'd be watching my show. Odin, who tends to overtype, okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Am I a train wreck? I don't think so. To blame a full nation. I don't even know what you're talking about, XOXO. Are we blaming a full nation? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna get a little more coffee. Oh, do. Yeah, Ned, they are. I don't even want to give them the attention that they so desperately crave. Coffee is wonderful, said Undersky. Where snouts am I? Does that mean whereabouts am I? I don't know. I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin. What a glorious audience we have. I haven't even fanned the flames of the glory of the audience. With 57 people watching, we got 22 thumbs up. I gave them a expel. Somebody said give them a detention. I didn't give them a detention. I expelled them from class. Yeah, I'm from Wisconsin. Undersky, you got this job just a few months ago, didn't you? Oh. And congratulations to you on that. It's a glorious audience. I haven't talked October 19th this year. Okay, well, that sounds about right. That 70s show. I have never seen a episode of the 70s show, which is kind of strange. Since I live in Wisconsin, it was based in Wisconsin. And oh, I don't know. I heard it was pretty good. It's about pot smokers. Are all of them pot smokers? I mean, I know they smoke pot in it. But I mean, the show's not like specifically about pot smoking, right? I mean, they do it on the side, but I mean, if it is, and again, I was smoking back then, it's even more surprising I didn't watch it. Jack Taylor apparently did watch it and says Red Foreman is one of the most iconic TV dads of all time. I can picture the actor that played him, but I can't. I obviously don't know anything about him. Good morning, Rebecca. How are you this morning? Yeah, it's about high school teens growing up into college age, trying to move out of their folk houses. Ned Bennett, Jack Taylor wants to throw Al Bundy in as the iconic TV dads of all time. May I throw Archie Bunker in the mix? I saw on one video a tender, especially given that the fact that Rob Reiner died so tragically recently. But I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember All in the Family, at near the end of the running of the show, Archie's daughter Gloria and her husband Mike end up moving, I think, to California and move out of the house. And although Archie and the character played by Rob Reiner, I think his name was Mike, never got along really on the show. It was a very sweet, sensitive moment as they said goodbye to each other. Kind of awkward, but it's still really sweet, and I'm getting the chills just talking about it. Well, certainly Mike Brady. If I may, Mike Brady was almost too perfect. Yeah, it was sad about Rob Reiner, obviously. Somebody says Danny Tanner. Who is Danny Tanner? That name sounds familiar, but I can't picture what show he was on. Danny seems like a young character's name. Full House. He passed too, right? He died a few years ago as well. We're not getting any younger, folks. We are not getting any younger. Was it Strange Circumstances? I don't remember. Somebody's throwing in Robert Jensen. I don't remember Robert Jensen offhand. Mike Brady was a scoundrel compared to his TV image. I don't know that he was a scoundrel. You might not have liked his sexuality, because I believe he was a homosexual. And Tar Heel, you seem like a very devout Christian. So I assume you're talking about that. But he seemed like a loving actor, father figure to the kids. And I think tried to do what was best for them. The father from Bonanza, yeah. What was that actor's name? You used to watch me on TikTok. Glad to see me again. I hope I'm doing well. I remember the Kia Soul days. Oh yeah, Richard Wallace. It was just about a year ago that I left TikTok and I moved out of my Kia Soul. So welcome here, Richard Wallace. The Family Ties father. Family Ties. Oh. All right, I'm picturing him. Yeah, he seemed like a good guy. Andy Griffith. Yeah, Andy Griffith. Yeah. I tell you what, Dad's had a hard, I mean, you could go, I mean, Father Knows Best, or My Three Sons, or it was probably hard for dads in the, 40s and 50s, or the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and 80s and 90s, and maybe even to today, to compete with the fictional fathers that we saw on TV. Because, yeah, those guys, I mean, I just picture Andy Griffith, wow. Oozing, loving, but still responsible. Or Mike Brady, same way, always filled with a good lesson. Never lost his temper. Cliff Huxtable. Oh, Bill Cosby. He was great too. He was always cracking jokes. J.R. Ewing, I don't think had kids. I don't think J.R. Ewing had kids in Dallas, did he? Somebody throws out Arnold Schwarzenegger in Jingle All the Way. I never saw Jingle All the Way. Ned said your dad always lost his temper. Well, my dad certainly lost his temper. I think in real life's a little more frustrating than it is in the TV show that we watched as kids, and it'd probably be easier to lose your temper with kids than it was back then. Why are you guys talking about J.R. Ewing? I don't think this isn't just a talking about TV characters show. We're talking about TV fathers. I mean, we can talk about J.R. Ewing. It was a great show. I really miss movies, by the way. I occasionally will, see something about a movie from, I saw something about Shawshank Redemption the other day, and they were talking about how it did in the box office, and it was, when it came out, it was got as high as number 3 in the box office, and it was behind like Pulp Fiction and, I don't know, maybe A Few Good Men or something like that. So at one time in the early 90s, Pulp Fiction, A Few Good Men, and it might not have been and Shawshank Redemption were all in the theaters. And today, you go, and other than some movie about blue men, Avatar, that comes out every few years that I've never seen one of, I mean, there's nothing that's ever going to be spoken about again in terms of like, wow, wasn't that a good movie? Somebody said they can't watch movies all the way through. They fall asleep. That's what I'm dealing with. That's what I'm dealing with. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. I started watching a movie called Mr. Jones last night. It's about a guy in Britain in the 30s who just got off a plane after interviewing Hitler and Goebbels and wants to go to Russia to interview Stalin. And seems like a great movie, but I started dozing off about half an hour in. Guess that's what I can do today is watch that one. Could have been Forrest Gump. Again, Jack Taylor, yeah, I made up the Few Good Men, but it was, I think any time you look back to a movie, you see what it was competing against that year, and you go, holy smokes. You know, I kind of wanted to go see Formula One, the Brad Pitt movie a few months ago, but it was in and out of the theater quicker than I could. I think there was another movie about that time that I was somewhat interested in, but there's so few great movies now. Richard says it's harder, it's just a part of getting old. Much harder to do anything for long now. Yeah. Timmy says that people in movies today now seem like a freak. I don't think it's that. I just don't think they're making good movies, or that they aren't making movies anymore. I mean, I've heard that like Hollywood's dead and what have you. But again, I just don't think they're making movies. Good morning, ever happy dude. Hey guys, we have a glorious audience. We got 63 people watching. We got 27 thumbs up. If you would be so kind to double tap your screen and give me some more thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. I hope to do this full time one day. And for that, I need my audience to grow. And I think if you double tap your screen and give me a thumbs up, the powers that be at YouTube send it out to a larger audience, and I'd appreciate that. Somebody said that there is a backlog of films. Well, I still am managing to find some good ones. Like I said again, hey, Peter Bean, thank you for sending me the thumbs up. The other way, I don't know how you did it that way, but I appreciate it. What does that mean? Did I just jump up and thumbs up because I got a big one? Richard said they're making way more movies today than ever in history. It's just most of them go to streaming services. And maybe I'm just nostalgic or old, as somebody said earlier. I miss going to the theaters. You know, on a day like today, when I don't have, my schedule is pretty clear, I would love to be able to go to the theater. What's my opinion of boxing as a sport? Well, I don't know if I have an opinion. I mean, I generally don't like violence a whole heck of a lot. And I'm sure they're doing damage to themselves. But I'm sure that boxing gyms, what I'd say is this. I think the fact that the net result of boxing as a sport is good for the world. I think there's probably kids in inner cities and kids from tough neighborhoods and kids that are trying to stay out of gangs that probably find their way into boxing gyms and are bettering themselves or focusing their anger in better ways than joining a gang or committing crimes. So for that, I applaud boxing as a discipline that I never had to really dive into. So I'll say I give thumbs up to boxing. Although it seems rather barbaric, people beating the poop out of each other in the ring. I think there's so much more training and exercise and fitness and discipline that we don't see before anybody gets in the ring. We just see the bloody noses or the broken jaws or what have you of the actual event itself. Nancy never got the point of boxing. You still think it's stupid. What about the UFC? I mean, I could probably say the same about UFC. I thought that was barbaric when I first started seeing it. But again, I've learned that the combatants are generally pretty respectful of each other, as barbaric as it looks if you don't understand, and they're amazing athletes. You have been at boxing for 7 years now. I was at the gym yesterday, and there's a heavy bag in the fitness room. I wish I had some gloves and could hit it, but I could probably only hit it for like 20 seconds, and I'd be exhausted. Somebody said, if you can't fight, you literally don't deserve a wife or family. Well, that seems a little strange opinion, but I appreciate you sharing your opinion, Rapstar Report. Yeah. Oh, it's good. Rebecca doesn't agree, and somebody called Rapstar dumb. Now, we don't need to name call. I found it a strange belief that if you can't fight, you don't deserve to have a family. In a real way, if you can't defend a family, you shouldn't have one. Well, I don't know if, I mean, I don't agree with that. I mean, certainly, yeah, I don't agree with that. Ned thinks it's nice to be able to throw hands. Well, I mean, I'm sure all of us wish we could, but, you know. Oh, we got a lot of comment. We're getting a lot of comment. Rapstar just, uh, Richard Sternicle said there's many ways you can show strength. Yeah, but I think Rapstar, only reason you don't agree is because we have police, aka other men, for you to call. Well, I mean, do you want to live in a society of thugs and cavemen that maybe you do? I don't know. It seems a little harsh. But I appreciate you stirring the pot a little bit with that opinion, Rapstar. I'm just going to get some coffee and let you guys have it out with Rapstar. That's nice. Again, we have a glorious audience. We got 65 people watching. We got 39 thumbs up. I tell you what, hitting the heavy bag, while we're talking boxing, is amazingly difficult. And I'll tell you what, if hitting the heavy bag is amazingly difficult, just imagine what getting hit back while you're throwing punches feels like. Seriously, I don't know if any of you, how many of you, other than Rapstar, have punched a heavy bag. I'm telling you, I do it. I mean, I haven't done it in maybe 20 years, but I think 20 years ago when I last tried it, I go, all right, let's try this. And I throw probably 15 punches, and I'm going, okay, I'm kind of tired already. You put your youngest boy in self-defense classes so he can defend himself. Luckily, he enjoys it. Basic boxing, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. Well, again, I think there's a goodness to the discipline and the confidence that probably comes with boxing or wrestling or what have you. Jiu-jitsu. I know my nephews are moving up the ranks in pretty accomplished jiu-jitsu. I don't know what the word is, combatants, athletes, jiu-jitsuans. And I think it's an art form, and again, good discipline for your mind and physical fitness as well. Rapstar seems to take it to a thug level a little bit in my mind. Well, they're not necessarily called Brazilians. There's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Shiladon. Wait, Shiladon, aren't you a boxer? Didn't you say you were a boxer? Are you Irish? What a glorious audience. I don't think I've been congratulating the audience enough for being so glorious. But again, with 68 people watching and 40 thumbs up on this day, it's Feels good. I'm gonna get a little more coffee. You guys argue with Rapstar for a bit. Still snowing pretty good out there. Want to take a peek? Oh. Can you ask for my advice? Sure. Sure. Uh, okay. Odin, Odin, I'm not, I wish you could control yourself, Odin. Because I don't mean to remove people. And you're not necessarily even saying anything that problematic, but I just get bored of your crazy rants every day. You hop on and you, I don't know, you just rant and rave like a nutcase. You don't need to do that. Wasn't somebody going to ask me something? I forget. Somebody wanted to ask me something. You don't have to. I could just sit here and drink my coffee. No, Odin was. Rapstar's not really ranting. He's passionately defending his belief that about fighting and how a real man needs to fight. While I don't agree, he really believes it. Well, I mean, so does Odin, but I think Odin, I don't even know what he's talking about, Odin. So I had to get rid of Odin. Would I have a wife? I've had 2 wives. I've never been much of a fighter, but I've had 2 wives. Oh. What sort of advice will I give someone that's depressed? I don't do hypothetical advice, I don't think. If somebody tells me what they're feeling, I will tell them a response, but I'm not going to do it for fun. What are my plans for today? I had the day off, and I have no plans. I'll probably go to the gym. I probably will go to the grocery store, but I'm not going to worry about it a whole heck of a lot. Violence is the lowest common denominator, Brian. Apply for your U.S. citizenship. The whole process is going to take 28 months. You're originally from Ottawa, Canada. Well, welcome aboard, Brian. Love seeing my snow. It may snow here in Louisiana this weekend, we are told. Really? You get snow in Louisiana? I wouldn't get it. What made me marry twice? Oh. Probably want of children. Thought that I should do it. Thought that I'd do the second one better. When is the last time I went sledding? Probably 5 years ago on the hill, you know the hill in Naperville, with probably my kids and my stepkids. Oh, somebody said I look beautiful tonight. Well, I think it'd be fun if we could get up to 50 thumbs up. So if anybody new here, please give me a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been kind of an easy show for me, just sipping my coffee. Letting you guys do most of the chatting and me just kind of sitting on the outside. Well, tell me what's bothering you, Shaladone. Don't just say you're depressed. It's good to acknowledge your sadness and call it sadness. And to know you're not alone and say, okay, well, I'm feeling kind of crappy right now. So say it with me, Shaladone. You're feeling kind of crappy right now. And then go, all right. I kid you not. I mean, I'd tell you a million things to do. I've done so many videos about how to do this and what to do. I just don't feel anybody really listens to me anymore. I think I had somebody on from watch yesterday from a YouTube channel called Depression Talk. And I kind of went, ooh, yucky name for a channel. But I don't think anybody actually listens to me when I say, okay, if you're depressed right now, Shaladon, get off my channel and go search up positive affirmations and listen to them and go for a walk outside for 10 minutes. I promise you, you'll feel better. I get bored of saying that because I don't think anybody ever listens to me, but I get bored of saying it. You know, I could talk about faith and gratitude, but those are long-term solutions that I think will help. But again, if you're feeling depressed right now, get off my channel, pop on, search up positive affirmations. I don't know if you're a man or a woman, and go for a 10-minute walk. And I promise you, you'll be feeling better. But I get kind of bored of saying that because I just don't think anybody ever does it. Richard said there's a reason people tune in. Well, no, I know, but Richard, I appreciate it. But I think what most people do when they're tuning in, somebody said they turn on an old sitcom. I think they watch me and they kind of use my enthusiasm, energy, smile, zaniness to kind of feel better for a short period of time, which is swell. But I'd like to actually help people. And I think if that person's really depressed, if they popped on positive affirmations, their voice inside their head is saying they suck, they're ugly, they're a failure, they're not going to make it, they can't handle what's coming down the road, whatever. They have a negative voice inside their head. And the best way to change it is block out those sounds with somebody saying your smile lights up a room, you got this, you're strong, you're here for a reason, you can do it. Various stuff from positive affirmations. And I just wish more people would do it. Because I've said it a million times. 6.5 years ago, I heard the voice inside my head, and it was a horrible voice, and it was saying, you're ugly, you suck, you're a failure, you're a loser, blah, 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 blah. And I realized I think it was my dad's voice. Because I don't think my dad has ever told me he's proud of me or he loves me. And that's really horrible. But anyway, I think it was my dad's voice. And I remember actually telling my dad about me listening to positive affirmations. And he laughed and said I should listen to a different channel. So, yeah, I would encourage you to listen to positive affirmations and go for a walk, and you'll feel a lot better. And we can build on that. But if your voice is so overwhelmingly negative that you can't imagine faith or gratitude, I don't think you're in a position there for it. Well, you asked what has bothered me. I think my parents are unfair towards your feelings. You just hate yourself. You tried to commit more than once, but you don't know what to do anymore. That's why I asked. Well, I just told you what to do. I don't even mean to mock. Get on positive affirmations, put in your earbuds, and go for a walk. Yeah, you'll feel better. You got a negative voice inside your head. It helps. I'm telling you, I think a lot of us walk around with a really cruel voice inside our head, talking to us all day long and telling us why we suck or doubting every move we make. And I'll tell you what, if you listen to positive affirmations, you can't hear that negative voice inside your head. You can do it with music, but that's only a short-term pickup. Because I think the greatness of music, if you're listening to Metallica and you're in your mind, you're rocking out to Enter Sandman or whatever, For Whom the Bell Tolls, at least your voice is shutting up for a little bit and it's getting your adrenaline and your good vibes going. But it's not actually kind of reprogramming you, which positive affirmations can do. Ned's saying the word of God helps in faith. Yeah, but I think to somebody that's really depressed, I think the word of God and faith are maybe, I think you almost got to be ready for that, and it's got to click at the right time. And believe me, I was depressed most of my life, and I'd have people tell me that, I need to have faith or something like that. And to me, that was a hard concept to understand. And I think if you can wash out the voice inside your head and change it to a voice that's saying positive things to you, you're immediately going to start feeling a little better. Many, many years ago, what color was my hair? I was blonde. You don't have to say many twice, but I used to have blonde hair. How is faith helpful in real life? Oh, it's hugely helpful. Without faith, life's going to kick you in the ass. I just don't see how anyone has any chance without faith that things are going to be okay or that things are happening for a reason. I'm not going to get super specific with it that you have to believe in Jesus Christ like Tar Heel might, because I'm sure that's what he's thinking. But I think believing in a higher power and believing things are working out in your best interest keeps you walking in joy despite the challenges you're facing. We are a glorious audience. This is one of the most glorious audiences we've had to date, with 57 people watching and 45 thumbs up. It is truly glorious. And we got new people hopping on. Hello, Alex. How are you? Believing you have somebody who loves you unconditionally. Yeah. Hope wherever you are. Not feeling alone. Let's see. That's not faith. I checked the weather ahead of time. Do-do. Mm. Mm. My gong hasn't come out for a while. I have my daughter and son coming next weekend, and I'm excited to show Augie my gong, but I'm a little nervous that he's gonna not know what to do and just smack it. But that'll be okay. It'll be fun, even if he just smacks it. Have I been trying to date recently? I don't know what that means, to try to date. I saw a cute woman at the gym the other day, and we chatted for a minute, and I wish I was Rico Suave and was able to say something smoother. As I was walking home from the gym, I thought, wow, that would have been great to say. But I haven't been trying to date recently. Good morning, Apartment 420. How are you? It's not about biggest fans, Jack Taylor. I don't know. I don't even. I think the biggest fans I have are the people that hate me. To be honest, Jack Taylor. I removed 3 of them earlier in the show. I think my biggest fans by far are the people that love me so much that they create channels dedicated to me. There's channels on other social media platforms totally dedicated to me. I mean, it's kind of frightening. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I almost want to tell you to go watch them, but I don't want to give them any extra attention. But it's comical. You'll go to a page and there will be like 50 videos of me mocking me that have been edited and put words on and music on and changed the colors of. It's so weird. So by far and away, they are my biggest fans. Yeah. I mean, we had 3 of them on earlier that I had to remove because it gets boring. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry, Apartment 420. Yeah, no, losing a dog is amazingly hard. Is amazingly hard. Yeah. Yeah, no, amazingly hard. I remember, yeah, that feeling. So yeah, we're all sorry for you, Apartment 420. Something about a dog's love is, I don't know. Mm, mm. It's tough, yeah, because dogs only live to, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, unless they're little ones. And that time with them goes so quick, but they mean so much. I remember my first pet dogs, Teddy and Tuffy. Yeah. Might get a little more coffee. I don't really need more coffee, but it's not really about need. It's 8 o'clock. How long have we talked? 79 minutes. We've got a pretty glorious audience. Um, yeah. Mm. Good morning, Ronald from Mississippi. How are you today? How are you today? I remind Jack Burton of the guy from Dirty Jobs. I've heard that. I can't even think of the guy's name. I'm not sure why that is. Oh, Mike Rowe. Is it our voice? My profession, I don't know what my profession is. I don't know that I have a profession right now. I have things that pay my bills, but I'm not sure what I want to do when I grow up just yet. I work as a waiter and a bartender and as a substitute teacher. But I'm also considering various spots in life that I could live. I live in Appleton, Wisconsin, where I moved just about a year ago. And am trying my best to get closer to my little ones and thinking about relocating to central Illinois. Not relocating, moving to central Illinois to get closer to them. But I haven't been offered a job there yet. And I've also thought about moving back to the western suburbs of Chicago, where I think I could get a job pretty quickly. But the cost of living there is so high that it would be hard to, again, I don't want to put myself back where I was a year ago, where I couldn't afford a roof over my head and my financial responsibilities. How old are they? They range from 3, why yes, I have a 3-year-old, to 19. And the 19-year-old, by the way, is in Thailand right now. Hope she's doing well. She's 13 hours ahead of us, and I hope she's doing well. It's weird having my first one so far away. Oh, that's good. That is good. Yeah, Rebecca, she's over there by you. Do I like Thai food? I don't know. Thai food's kind of okay. Thai food's kind of okay. She's took a Thai cooking class right away. Uh-oh, I dropped little Jesus. I'm sorry, little Jesus. I dropped my little Jesus. Is it worrying not knowing what you want when you grow up? I wouldn't say it's overly worrying. I try not to worry. Worry doesn't seem to get you anywhere in life. Yeah, it really doesn't. The more worry, the less likely you are to productively move forward. Good morning, Ron Louther. How are you? How are you today, Ron? I love seeing names that are green come on my screen. Do you hand these out to people you meet, Tar Heel? Yeah, worry does make you sick. Somebody gave me this. A very devout Christian gave me this. Good morning, Julie Flanagan. Well, thank you for joining the party today. We've talked for 84 minutes, Julie. I'm glad we talked this long to have you hop on. Somebody's asking me if they should shave their head because they have a bald spot. Do I think they should shave it? It's so funny because people often ask me what I think. And what matters is, what do you think? Are you insecure about your bald spot? Do you not like your bald spot? I mean, apparently you don't. You're asking me. I mean, I think it's obvious what I think I should have done. But if it doesn't bother you having a bald spot, don't worry about it. I didn't have a bald spot. I just kind of had declining density of hair where it wasn't a good look. Apartment 420 doesn't believe you're going to look as good as me. Although, Apartment 420, you don't know how handsome they might be with a shaved head. They might truly look like all the people you feel some worry and fear is a constructive way to evaluate solutions. I don't think worry and fear do that. I think when I'm afraid or worried, I'm paralyzed. But I can move forward positively, being aware that, hey, I'd like a job that pays a little more, or I'd like to be closer to my kids. But worrying about it, I don't think it's productive. Guys out there shoveling the snow. Maybe it's a little deeper than I knew. Somebody sent me a floating heart. I don't even know what that means. I went walking, and it was a hugely popular video in a big snowstorm about a month ago. This doesn't look like the pretty type of snow that I want to be walking in carrying the camera. It was just a beautiful night about 6 weeks ago, and it was big flakes and coming down hard. This doesn't look like one that I want to go do a video in. This was one that I want to hide from. I'm worried about it. I'm afraid of it. What's the odds you go live later and make snow angels? Probably slim. Jim Stevens says, no work today. No, I'm not working today. I got the day off. There were no shifts available for me today, Jim Stevens. But I did work the last 4 days, and I feel confident about what I'm doing, but I'm also wondering what, I don't know, the future holds. What's the chance you go live later and write your name in the snow? There's zero chance of that, Apartment 420. There's absolutely zero chance of that. It's 8:08. We've had a glorious audience. We got 54 people watching. We got 51 thumbs up. We've got, I don't know what that is, 10 gems or diamonds. And yeah. Oh. Good morning, Leanne. Oh, Julie Flanagan sent hearts or something. Well, a floating heart. Somebody loved how I read the sermon the other day. I thought that was a pretty good one too. I continued on. The Sermon on the Mount, for anyone that doesn't know, lies in chapter 5, 6, and 7 in the book of Matthew, which is in the New Testament. I'll tell you what's cool about reading the Bible. Suddenly I can talk like a theologian just because I've read some and can tell you where to find the Sermon on the Mount right now, or where to find some yucky stuff in the Bible as well. But either way, it felt neat reading because I'd heard it before, and to actually read the words from the New Testament seem like they carry more something, holiness, if you will, than reading the Old Testament. Bye-bye, Jack Taylor. Oh. Julie Flanagan, are you breathing today? Somebody sent me a thumbs up. Well, thank you for that, Gus from Arizona. Well, thank you for being here. I worry about you, Julie Flanagan, although the worry doesn't do any good. But I'm concerned you haven't been breathing as much as you should lately. You're off to the computer, you go. Well, Nancy Lyon, you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Does being a waiter make me feel good inside? Gives me the warm fuzzies. Helps pay the bills, and that's nice. Honestly, though, I mean, a few things make me feel good inside. Having faith in this little guy make me feel good inside. A good workout make me feel good inside. A warm hug. A crackling fire. A deep breathing. There's probably a yoga class I might go to today. Hello, Pork Chops. You have a long name. I have somebody named Smothered Pork Chops Over Rice. I mean, that might be the strangest YouTube name I've ever heard. And while the thought of eating smothered pork chops over rice is probably tasty, to actually name your channel that, because you can't be a restaurant and only serve smothered pork chops over rice. I mean, and maybe that's your favorite meal, like mine might be lasagna, but yours is much more specific. Smothered pork chops over rice. Yes, I get it's comfort food, but so is chili. Somebody just doesn't know what to believe anymore. Do I like teacher assisting or having the class to myself? I think I enjoy probably having the class to myself more than just some of the jobs I do. I'm put in charge of specific students to make their class go as well as possible. But I prefer to, I think, be running the whole class. But I'm just learning it all. So I've got a lot on my plate. Huh. Oh yeah, little Jesus is right here. Little Jesus is right here. You put chili without beans on your hot dogs. Well, that's fascinating, Tar Heel. Chili dogs? Yeah, chili dogs are tasty. Chili dog. Our conversation has really devolved. I think we started off big, and now I think anytime my show gets to chili dogs, and whether or not we put beans in our chili, it might be time to sign off and pat ourselves on the back, all of us, me for hosting this show, and you for being a part of the glorious audience that it has been. But then somebody named Sarah Tyler hops on. And I wonder, what is this person named Sarah Tyler all about? And did she really say hi? Or when she joins the page, does it immediately say Sarah Tyler said hi? Does she have to do something to say hi? Okay, well, Sarah Tyler, thank you. Where are you from, Sarah Tyler? Where are you from? New Hampshire. I bet New Hampshire's pretty. I bet you New Hampshire is beautiful. Wonder if you're getting a lot of snow. Wonder how you're feeling. I think people in New England, I always think, live this kind of fairy tale life. Not the people in Boston or New York, but like New Hampshire and Vermont, maybe a little bit Rhode Island, maybe a little bit Maine. I'm imagining like, I don't know, Hallmark sort of scenes. You are from South Africa. All right. I suddenly had, since Sarah Tyler's hopped on, I'm feeling a little bit more enthusiasm for my show. Somehow Sarah Tyler hopping on brings enthusiasm and energy to me. Maybe that, and then I'm not ready to put on my clothes and head off to the gym. But maybe it'd be awesome to do a yoga class today. Sorry, a little snowplow went flying down the road. Yeah. Well, it's Friday morning, and I'm looking forward to my day. And I hope you're looking forward to your day as well. Sarah says she brings joy wherever she goes, at least your friends say. Well, that's a great attribute for you, Sarah Tyler. I think I like the name Sarah. Do you wish, Sarah, that you had an H at the end of your name at all? I know a few Sarahs that struggle with that. And I know a Sarah without an H that says she has a friend who has a Sarah with an H, and she calls it Sarah Ha. It is a biblical name. Yes, it is. Oh, I wonder why 50 people are watching me right now. Because I don't even feel I have a whole heck of a lot to say. And I don't know if this show's been a worthwhile one or not so worthwhile. And maybe I think the key is not judging ourselves so much, or my show so much, or the day so much, or the next 15 minutes so much, and not trying to put a value on everything we do, and just being okay. And maybe that's going to be my thought as I go forward in my day, to be okay. I have the day off, and I'm thankful for that. And just kind of move forward and enjoy the snow, enjoy the time off, and Uh, enjoy the day. Your daughter is Sarah Lilly with an H. Well, I'm thankful you popped in, Julie Flanagan. Vicky is noting the 3 spellings of her name. Oh. Hey, why don't we, well, boy, we got 50. It's hard for me to hang up on you guys since I don't really have anywhere to run off to this morning. But I don't have anything to enhance your day. And I'm okay with that. How do I like my coffee? I like it black at home, sometimes with cream on the road. I've been drinking a lot of tea when I go out and about. Lucky, somebody said. Well, I am lucky. I am blessed. It is a valuable show. It is very special. All right, well, I appreciate you saying that. Victoria, that is a very queen royal name, Victoria. Am I a teacher? Well, I substitute teach. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up. What is the best place to get coffee? I don't really have a best place to get coffee. Actually, that might be something I could go do. Go to Seth's, or I think hold on, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. There's a Seth's coffee in Little Chute that I like a lot. Kind of got a nice vibe, and there's a bunch of people having nice little conversations, and I kind of get to people watch a little bit. And I could do that today. I don't really need to go to the gym. I don't really need to do anything except be okay. Thank you, Julie Flanagan. Thank you, Sarah Tyler. Dave Reed wonders about anxiety. I think the first thing to do with anything you're going through, sadness, depression, anxiety, is acknowledge and accept it a little bit. Because once you acknowledge and accept it, you kind of remove it from defining who you are as an anxious person, a depressed person, or a sad person. And you go, hey, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling sad. And it kind of takes it and puts it over here. And you can kind of look at it and make fun of it almost and go, okay, well, I'm going to put that over there, or be okay that I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling depressed right now. I think for a while, I used to own it, and it used to become part of who I was, the emotions I was going through. And I'm getting better at separating myself from the emotions. And if you're anxious during the night, maybe just acknowledging you are is usually a good step. You know, I got a million things. Try and find things you're grateful for. Have faith that things are happening for a reason. Be productive. Get up and do something that you're stressed about. If you're worried about paying taxes, maybe get up and open up your computer and start, downloading your W-2s or what have you, depending on what you're anxious. I think moving forward's always good. But I think your first step is just kind of separating yourself from the feelings. We got Rapstar back. Rapstar left for a while, but he's back. But anyway, it's Friday morning. I want to thank you so much for joining. We have had a glorious, glorious audience today. And Matthew says, without taxes, we will be conquered. Good morning, Jim Rat. How are you today? How are you today, Jim Rat? I was just about to sign off, Jim Rat. I've been talking for almost 2 hours. I don't know that I'm saying a dang thing of value today. But I keep kind of fumbling it along a little bit. I had a good workout last night, Jim Rat. I'm debating if I'm going today. Debating taking a yoga class. I guess I got to calm my mind from the debate that's going on in it and just be okay. I hope you have a wonderful day as well. Matthew recommends everyone get off the internet and fix their mental health. Well, thank you, Rebecca Tilley. You are very sweet. And my audience continues to be robust. I don't want to do it, but I sometimes do wonder, I don't know, if I could pick up 100 new subscribers in a day and if it'd be worthwhile. Matthew said, we have destroyed a whole generation. We haven't destroyed anything. Matthew, you seem like you're crying out for your own mental health if you think we've destroyed a whole generation. Sarah, you have a wonderful, wonderful day. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. Megalodon says, if you think about it, the internet only affects you that you let it. I'm still wondering about that guy that said smoking pot every day saved his marriage and brought him closer to Jesus. On my post the other day. And again, I responded, that's interesting, because I think it's interesting. Smoking pot saved his marriage and brought him closer to Jesus. Huh. Huh. Somebody hopped on and said gluten. I wonder why this person wanted to hop on and say gluten. Unless by chance they're saying glutton. Unless by chance they're saying glutton. I think you spell glutton with 2 T's and an O at the end. And I think that what they're typed is gluten. Somebody says ADHD people have low dopamine and pot helps. I wonder. I used to think pot helped me. I don't think pot helped me. Yeah, I don't think pot helped me at all. It kind of masked some things I was feeling and going through. But I don't think it helped me in any way. Hey, somebody, is that Don Carlson? Don Carlson, thank you for sending me a New Year's Eve 2026. That's the sweetest thing. I wonder how often we're going to celebrate that. I'll tell you what, I appreciate you doing it. I don't know how it works with sending gifts on YouTube, but it started happening around YouTube, or excuse me, the New Year's, and I'm not totally sure how it happens. Double tap on the screen. Megalodon said, it only bad if you abuse it. It's interesting because I think there's a life cycle for pot smoking that most people, like an arc, that people, they smoke it, they get really high and crazy. They keep smoking, they feel it makes them a better human being. They keep smoking and they start going, I wish I could get high. Let's try ecstasy or shrooms. And then they start feeling like it doesn't do anything anymore. And they start smoking more and they start smoking all day. And they stop getting high and feeling good and they end up quitting. Weed has been used as medicine, so how could it be bad? I mean, I don't think you're even a serious person if you're saying that. Am I a cop? No. No. I'm not a cop. Well, thank you. Although you said my eyes had seen some hardships. I mean, that's such a poetic way to describe my channel. I should change that. I've seen some hardships. Jesse said you smoked for 20 years. It works for you. Huh. Have I been a private investigator? I do look like a cop. Do I really? Is it just because I'm bald? Would you say this to every bald white guy? I think it's just because I'm bald. You guys are being stereotypical. You're looking at me as just some bald white dude. Personality, the way I carry myself? Really? I don't feel like I'd be a cop at all. Again, I think I could have been a fireman, but I don't think I could have been a cop. I feel sorry for people. I look clean cut and squared away. Well, I'm fairly clean cut. I did shave yesterday, by the way. I shaved my face. And I shave my head pretty much every day, but I shaved my face earlier. No, and I don't think it's a bad thing to say I look like a cop. I don't feel the cop in me at all. I would have a horrible time arresting somebody or giving them a ticket. I feel bad about that. You got a tattoo on your head. You still happy with that tattoo? I would have looked good in a firefighting. What is a firefighting outfit? This is me, like carrying a hose over my shoulder, charging into the burning building. I could have done that again. I don't feel bad for putting out fires, but I'd feel bad for arresting people or giving them tickets. Have I been in the military? No, I haven't. Fellow vet here. I don't know who you're a fellow vet with. Bruce Willis did not go nuts, Corey. Crazy Jay is showing how crazy he is by saying he could see me on a fireman calendar. No, 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 no. No, no, you could not see me. Believe me, I look at myself naked almost every day. I wouldn't go on a fireman calendar. I mean, I doubt there's many 57-year-olds. Hello from Texas. How are you today? Would I have a warm smile? Well, I'd have this smile. I don't know if it's warm or not. Do you ever watch movies at like 8:30 in the morning? Again, I was watching a pretty good one last night, and I started falling asleep on it. Would it be weird to throw it on at 8:30? I'm feeling a little hungry right now, and I need to feel hunger because I'd like to lose about 10 pounds, but I haven't been dedicated to the cause enough to actually feel hunger for several hours a day. But part of me thinks what would be an awesome morning is making blueberry pancakes and watching that movie. What movie? Mr. Jones. If you are interested in kind of history and especially World War II era history, it's about a politician / reporter that interviewed Hitler and Goebbels and then wanted to go interview Stalin about what was happening in the 30s in the Soviet Union. And he wants to figure out where all the money's coming from. And I would like to watch the end, but it's 8:30 in the morning, which brings me back to, do you watch movies at 8:30? Jess says yes. Can you pause alive? I don't know. Have I seen The Death of Stalin? I don't know if I saw it. I saw something about the death of Stalin. Rebecca said, who cares? Do it. Tar Heel does whatever he wants. I should check out Bridge of Spies. Well, I probably will. I'm not going to write it down, but I'll bet you my movie channel will move me there. Will suggest it for me. Rebecca Tilley, I actually have popcorn that I have not made. So I could skip the pancakes, make some buttered popcorn at 8:30 on a snowy Friday morning, and I don't know if I feel like buttered popcorn yet. And I'd like to go a few hours being hungry today. So I'd like to avoid eating those pancakes, as tasty as they sound. You are a grown-up. You can watch a movie anytime please. I know I can. I should have a movie room. You know what I do kind of? I bought this futon behind me, and I couldn't be happier with it. However, since I've been watching more and more movies lately, I would kind of like a couch that I could really sink into and watch a movie, really get comfy on. The futon's perfect for what I needed at the time, perfect within the budget, perfectly small and fits the apartment and looks cool. But I would like a nice big couch that I could sink into. Somebody said, it's funny, because he made sure he put the fireplace on the TV. Well, when you say, I made sure I put the fireplace on the TV, when you say I made sure I did, do you mean I turned it on? I mean, well, yes, I turned on the fireplace on the TV. Popcorn for breakfast. But it wouldn't stick to my ribs. And again, I almost should flee from my house. So I force myself to be hungry for a couple hours. Because this is the time your body really gets efficient. Right now. Because I'm going to burn up calories by my movement. No matter what I do, even if whether I'm active or not, my body's gonna go, there's nothing left in this stomach. I'm going to have to digest something to move this ultra sexy bald man around throughout his morning. Where are we going to get the energy to do that? This ultra sexy bald man has nothing in his tummy with which we could digest and turn into energy. Perhaps the extra 10 pounds he has around his midriff, we could digest some of that and turn that into energy. And that's really what I'm going for. I think it's better than just weight loss. I think your body gets more efficient. I think it's probably really healthy to intermittent fast. I think it's probably good in a lot of ways other than just caloric weight management. Somebody said chicken fat is great for bald heads. Let's see. I don't know that you can starve from eating rabbits. But I don't feel that's an awesome conversation that I want to dive into either. Corey agrees that fasting is good for you. And I mean it in more than a weight loss way. I think there's something to it, like a mental awareness and we had a guy on talking about like fighting and how all men need to know how to fight. And most people on here disagreed with him. But I think there is something primal as animals that I think we do better when we don't have endless food in our tummy. So, if I packed up my computer, went to the coffee shop, edited videos for a couple hours, maybe that's the way I want to be productive today. Rebecca, I don't have any ice cream here today. I finished off my ice cream the other day. I think it's best for me, although hard, to not have ice cream or stuff like that in the house. Tar Heel says that you usually don't eat one mouthful prior to about 2 p.m. each day. Tar Heel, I think that works well for me as well. And you go several hours feeling very hungry. And again, your body looks for other things to digest. I know I felt full a lot lately. And when you're feeling full, your body's never going to digest the fat that, again, you need calories. So you shouldn't look at food as the enemy, but you also shouldn't look at hunger as the enemy. And I've been working on pull-ups a lot or working out a lot for the last years, and I can still barely do a pull-up. And honestly, the reason for that is probably because I got 10 pounds of useless fat around my midriff that I don't need. You need fat if you're going to be taking dangerous trips, or you need reserves of calories. But when we have the infinite refrigerator or always stocked refrigerator or grocery stores on every street corner, you don't need fat reserves on your body. They don't help a heck of a lot. Mark said, my channel is doing great. I could try to see what it'd be like to be really hungry. I don't want to starve myself. You lost 9 pounds. Way to go, Tar Heel. You went 4 days without food. I have no desire to do that. But I do have desire to go 4 hours maybe without food this morning and not eat till lunch. And again, let my body get okay with being hungry. It's almost like when people hop on and they ask what they should do about anxiety. It's almost the same as what you should do about being hungry, is kind of learn to be okay with it for a little bit. Yeah. Do I edit my videos? Yes. My shorts come from these live videos I do. I go live pretty much every morning and usually talk for about an hour depending on what my work schedule is like. And yeah. Oh, somebody, joined the club. Well, David, thank you so much for becoming a member of my page, David. It means a lot to me. I'm pretty skilled at edits. Well, I don't know about that. I just watch something and occasionally I'll find something inspirational or funny, I say. And I think what I think is funny makes my shorts unique. And I think sometimes the stories I tell make me unique. I mean, we're all unique. I'm not trying to say I'm awesome and you're not. I'm just willing to be unique and do it on a live show. Crazy J, just subscribe. You like my stream? Well, I appreciate you liking it. Hopefully you like some of my shorts and reels and TikToks if you're over there. I go live every morning. I talk for about an hour. I'm usually drinking coffee. today I have the day off, so I've talked for a long time today. But in the past week, I've usually been going on for about half an hour, 45 minutes every morning. So I'm extending it a little bit today. Rebecca, yeah, but while I love getting another subscriber, I'm telling you, the less I care about my number of subscribers, the better my channel does. Because you're going to have peaks and valleys, and no matter what you do in life. And if you get excited about subscribers, you're going to get bummed out when you don't get them. And I just think the less I watch so many things in life, the better I do overall. Did I think 5 years ago I'd be an up-and-coming YouTube guy? No, I don't know. I only got on YouTube about a year ago, really. I posted some videos there before that, but I started going live on YouTube about a year ago today. You love it when people don't care about subscribers. Look, nobody wants to get a silver plaque on their wall more than I do. So I want 100,000 subscribers, and I talk about, it's kind of a watch pot never boils sort of thing. And if you stare at the number of subscribers you get, it's just going to frustrate the crap out of you. Because no matter if I'm at 10,000 or 11,000 or 10,600 or 17,000, no matter what, it's not going to be enough. And I'm just going to wish it was more. So I tried, and while I appreciate Rebecca pointing out that I picked up another subscriber, I do. I'm not trying to be a jerk, Rebecca. I'm just saying I do better. And I say it, but and I'm going to turn off this live, and it's going to tell me how many subscribers I picked up, and whether it's 2 or 25 or 50 or none. No matter what, it's not going to fulfill me. I'm going to wish it was more. Because even if it's 50 and I look at my page and I'll go, oh, 10,600 subscribers. You know, and I want a silver plaque. I do. I really want the silver YouTube plaque. I would be so proud of that, as stupid as that is. And that takes 100,000 subscribers to get. And again, my channel's gone from 4,000 to maybe 10,000 in the last year. So even if I continue to double every year, it's still going to take me another 3 years to hit 100,000 subscribers. Yeah. So I'm just saying, watching it doesn't help. And the less I watch, the better I do, I think. No, I'm not Johnny Sins. I am not Johnny Sims. John Hoover said it's not stupid, it's a goal. Yeah, okay, well, I appreciate it. But I mean, it's a goal that seems so distant that the closer I watch, if I could get myself to not watch and suddenly in a month flip on and see how many subscribers I was at, I'd feel better. When I'm editing my videos, I'll post one every once in a while, and then I'll go and start editing my videos. And usually that's just me listening to my lives. I'll usually pause my live and see how the video I recently posted is doing. And that's not really very productive. I think you're better putting out the content and moving forward than always checking to see how the content does. I'm after that silver button, but it just seems so far off. show you the view out the window. Yeah. I mean, I could. I don't even have to get up, so I will. There's the view out the window. Kind of snowy. Actually, the snow stopped, but it looks pretty out there. Oh. Somebody said they donated 50 pounds. What did you donate 50 pounds to? Oh. I think, great job donating 50 pounds to whatever you donated 50 pounds to. I was walking out of church the other day, and I usually give $5. I'm fairly broke, so I usually give $5 a week, but I didn't have a 5 in my pocket. I had a 10, and the $10 I had was collected from the Bears victory versus Green Bay the night before. So I thought, what better way to celebrate the Bears victory over the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs, which was one of the best football games I've ever seen. And I watched it in a bar filled with Green Bay fans, than to give that victory money to the church. Crazy Jay says you miss Florida weather. Crazy Jay, you like living in Florida? I think for me, Florida might be the last state I might ever move to. I would have no desire to live in Florida. Rebecca said it doesn't matter what you give, it's what heart you did it with. Yeah, but Rebecca, do you ever feel that way? Again, I think for me, given my financial situation, given more than like $5 a week would generally be, and again, I don't think anyone's ever gone broke tithing, but for me, it would feel somewhat irresponsible because paying my rent and my child support and keeping the lights on is a constant stressor for me. So I feel good giving $5. So I'm walking out going, well, I don't have 5. I can either give nothing or I can give the $10 that I won from the football game last night. I go, well, it was a hell of a game, so let's give the $10. Yeah, I think Florida would be way too hot. And Mark, yeah, the game was crazy. And let me tell you, I watched it in a bar filled with Green Bay Packer fans. And it felt pretty cool. I felt almost bad for them. Where you live, it's more country than beachfront. I love snow, Crazy Jay. I wouldn't want to ever live anywhere that didn't have snow. I would not want to live anywhere that didn't have snow. We have a glorious audience today. We got 55 people watching. We got 77 thumbs up. We've talked for a while. We have 155 gems. Not totally sure what those are, but we appreciate those. And it's truly been a glorious audience. Glenn lives in Michigan and hates the winter. Your depression gets worse. They call it winter blues. How do you deal with your winter blues, Glenn? I just almost don't think anything brightens my mood than fresh snow. Yeah, I'm wondering how you deal with your winter blues. We talked about it earlier. I had somebody hop on and tell me how to deal with their depression. And I was a little frustrated because I talk about it all the time. And they left, so hopefully they followed up and did what I suggested. WMCC, do you live in Wisconsin? Do you live near Appleton? Are you a man or a woman? Not that it over matters. I'm feeling kind of hungry right now, which feels good. Because I realize no matter how much I work out, a bigger portion of our overall, a huge portion of our overall fitness is diet. So just being hungry is, for me, more productive than actually being at the gym working out. Michigan is all right. You plan on moving to Florida if you can get your money right. You live in northern Wisconsin. All right. Well, then I won't meet you for coffee today. That's just too far. Plus, we'd meet for coffee and we go, be sitting here by myself than talking to this guy or this girl. Rebecca, I'm not going to have pancakes. I'm not going to eat for another 3 hours. I started getting it hungry at about 8:15 today. And I've got 3 more hours of being hungry this morning. Mark said, Wisconsin has great bars. It's really silly because I don't drink anymore. I've just found, and at this point of life, I don't want to be slowed down. And there's so many bars in my town, just down this, I mean, all over. Every 2 buildings is a bar. It's amazing. They opened this huge bar called like The Vault. And I think it's probably failing miserably. I mean, I guess I'm not out at 11 o'clock at night seeing if anybody's in there, but every time I walk by, there's just like 2 people in, and it's this huge location. Tara, no, I have the day off today. I don't really want to go back in time. That would be frightening. Somebody said between meal hunger cravings. I think I don't eat for hunger. I eat out of boredom. Like last night, I had a meal and I go, some nachos would taste pretty good right now. So I did that too, and I wasn't hungry. Somebody said hangovers after you turn 30 have been terrible. Well, I wonder. Appleton was rated the drunkest city in America. Really? Huh. I've lived here for about 10 months. I haven't been drunk once here. Don Carlson, I couldn't agree more. You said you follow a trainer who says what you eat determines your weight loss, and working out is for strength. You can't work off a bad diet. I don't think you can emphasize that enough. As a matter of fact, I almost think working out makes you heavier because most of us rationalize in our minds that we had a good workout, so we eat extra much. We go, well, I might as well eat this for whatever because I just had a great workout. And we end up gaining weight. And I know for me that's a little bit true. I've been working out hard, and I'm at the high end of my range, about 220 pounds, and I'd like to be about 205 to 208. Have I been to the Fox River Mall? Yeah, I think that's just right down the street. My daughters loved it. Yeah, I took my daughters there in June, and they would stop at every other store And I just sat outside and shifted down to the next bench. But yeah, I've been there. It's a pretty cool mall, I guess, if you like malls. Wisconsin reminds you of Connecticut. I've never been. I look like somebody working for ICE. Okay. When you were a kid, the Fox River Mall was the place to be. Everyone hung out there. It still is a pretty nice mall, I imagine. Crazy J says malls are dying. I'm not sure this mall is dying. There's a mall where I'm from, Fox Valley Mall in Aurora, Illinois, where I'm from, that area, that I think is dying. But it seems like this Fox River Mall isn't dying. And maybe I think the strength of Appleton is that it draws, even though it's only got 75,000 people, if anybody within an hour of here wants to go shopping, they tend to come to Appleton generally. No, I get what you mean. I think a lot of malls are dying, but I think this Fox, when I go to this Fox Valley one, and I don't very often, but it's usually pretty darn crowded. And again, there seems to be a vibrancy to this mall that I'm not used to. Yeah, Fox River Mall draws people from everywhere. Yeah, they do. There's no shopping. I went out to lunch with my friend who lives not too far from here. I mean, she lives 40 minutes away, but she was visiting to go shopping. Not just to take me to lunch. Crazy J used to look at women at the mall. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mike said Woodfield is the last mall by you in Schaumburg. Mike, I don't know you, do I? I'm from Naperville. You probably know that if you watched me. Somebody asked me if I have a fresh haircut. I mean, not really. I shave every day. I haven't showered or shaved today, so it's not a fresh haircut. You're from Cary, all right. Cary's got some good golf courses. I can't think of the name of it. Do you know the name, Mike? You probably do. Schaumburg Golf Course is pretty nice, actually, for a reasonable rate. Speaking of Schaumburg. But what's the golf course that I'm thinking in Cary that I like a lot? Mall of America? Tara said her husband has the same hairdo. Hello. I can't even say that name. Not the Cary Country Club. I'm pretty sure it was Cary. Golf Club of Illinois is out that way. But that's not what I'm thinking. Well, I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. We have had a glorious, glorious audience today. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Friday morning. We've talked for about 2.5 hours, which is probably talk enough. I'm going to head out, I'm not sure where, but somewhere. And I'm going to enjoy the feelings of hunger that I have for another 3 hours. And I hope whatever you're going through, whether it's hunger or sadness, anxiety, depression, elation, gratitude, faith, soreness, sleepiness, you find a little bit of joy in there. and you learn to walk in joy despite your circumstances. And I want to thank you so much for joining. I hope you have had a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.